Hi everyone. So today I'm going to do our mixed media morsels page for November, so it'll be number 11. And I decided that I wanted to do another page kind of similar to the patchwork piece that I did last year in the snack bag book. But I'm not going to put stitching and stuff like that on it this time. I just want to have some blocks in the center of the page, and I'm using up some scraps. I've got some scrapbook paper scraps here. I picked out some greens and teals. I thought that would be a fun mixture to go with this time, and some of it is, gift wrap. You've seen me use this before. And most of this is scrapbook paper though, and it's just scraps that need to be used. They're still pretty and they're still usable. They're just small pieces. So I'm gonna attach some papers into the center to cover up a large portion of the middle. And then I'm gonna make like a border of scraps all around the edge. And so I'm not gonna talk through that part. I'm just gonna start sticking some things down, and then I'll come back in a few minutes once that's done. Okay, so I've got all of the blocks of color in place for the background and for the border. And so what I want to do now is just outline the border pieces so that they stand out as the border. And let's see, I think I'm going to first just go around the outer edges, and then if it feels like it still needs something, I can go around like these inside lines. I'm going to just see what this looks like first. All right, so that helps to lift it up a little bit. I think I'm still going to wait, although I do want to draw a line inside the squares on the corner. Kind of want to put a little box inside of those squares. I pulled out some black washi tapes and some colors that, you know, match the page in case I want to use any of these. I haven't decided yet. I feel sure that I'll use some of the black ones, but I may not need to use the colored ones. I'm just going to see. No plan for this page, really, specifics, other than the colors I wanted to use and the style and the quote that I want to use. But as far as the little extras, I'm just playing it by ear. Okay, speaking of the quote for this month is, everything that matters takes time. And this was by Simon Aboud or Aboud. I'm not sure how he says his name. And it comes from a movie that I saw recently that I really liked. And in fact, I want to recommend it to everybody, especially now, you know, when everybody's at home and you need something to do. This movie, This Beautiful Fantastic, was the sweetest little movie. It's sort of like a modern day fairy tale type of a story, but it's really sweet and a little quirky, and it was just a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So anybody looking for something light and fun to watch, that's the movie. Anyway, this little quote came from that movie, and I loved it because it applies to, you know, practically everything. Anything that matters to you in your life takes time. And it also applies to our art and our creativity, and, you know, if you're not happy with something you've created, and if that should keep happening, you just have to realize that it all takes time. And if it matters to you enough, you will give it that time that it deserves, and you will become the creator that you want to be. So that's the quote for this month. And I'm adding the word remember to my page. This is not something that you have to do specifically, but I decided I wanted to add the word remember because it makes you stop. Like seeing the word remember and then reading the quote, it makes you stop and think, or it will me. I'm sure it will you too. But I thought if I put the word remember on this side of the page, and then I'm going to put my quote over here, I just think that's going to add a lot to this page. So the remember word is mine. The rest belongs to Simon. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add my quote. Get that down, and then I can add some little embellishments around the page, and, you know, kind of just add the fun bits. I mean, this is very fun. I love this, but I like adding some little extra bits too that kind of you know, just brings the whole page together, kind of ties everything together. So I love that. So let's just add this word, remember. Let's see, maybe I'll bring it down just a little bit. Okay. See if that's relatively straight. Yeah, pretty good. Okay. And by the way, this this helps to tie those little blocks together too. When you put something over one of these edges where the blocks are meeting, that kind of helps to tie it together. So that's why I slid that one up there. So there we've got the quote in place. And once the glue's all dried from around the edges and all, I'll come back and probably outline those to make those stand out better. Okay. And let's see, I've got some little tiny bits, just little things where I've stamped things or painted. This is watercolor. Painted a little branch there. This is watercolored, a little flower, and this is a little stamped leaf on a piece of green cardstock. So I grabbed those out because they were the right colors and about the right size for this book, and thought I would place those around here and there, like, I think that's sweet. That looks real good. And then let's see, a little block of color. I'm just going to lay these around and see where I like them the best. So that's really cute, and it fills up the page and looks really nice. So I think I'm going to glue those down, and I might go ahead and outline these, put the line in here. I also feel like this line is not quite heavy enough, so I might thicken that first black line that I put down. Okay, so when you make a mistake and your pen runs over into the block and you didn't necessarily want that to happen, you just keep going and you do it to all of them. So then all of them look like that, and it looks like it was intentional. So, and that's something I learned a long time ago from Shannon Green, and she said, one is a mistake and a whole bunch is an effect. So, so we don't have any more mistakes. We just have lots of cool effects on our pages, see? So that's what you do. I think I'm going to take my washi tape, the colored ones, and put a little square inside of each of these corner squares and see how that looks. I just think it'll be fun. Add a little bit of color and something there, but you'll still see the book text. So I think that'll be cool. So let's see, I'm going to put this one here. And that looks cool. Okay, and then put the other blue one down here. Maybe I should reverse those. I've got the dark blue here and the light blue here, so maybe I'll swap that out. So it's a little bit more contrast and not so same. It's probably 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, but I figure whatever. Okay, now you see I'm cutting off a little bit of the end of this tape where it was torn. So I have a straight edge. I've been saving little bits of washi tape. Instead of throwing those away, I've started collecting them on a piece of paper. So I'm just sticking them down like this, and then eventually I'll have a full sheet of washi bits, and I can punch it or cut strips or whatever. So I think that'll be a fun way to use up those little bits. I've got one that's in vintage colors too. So just adding as I go along. I just keep them right here next to me, and then if I have little bits that I have to cut off, or I've torn off too much and I don't use it, I stick it over there. So that's fun. It's kind of like it's kind of like saving your extra paint, you know. Just use that stuff up. Okay, let's stick this one in that top corner. Cool. Okay, and now we've got green ones. Cut a little bit of that off. Stick it on my washi page. And these are not perfect squares either, by the way. They're pretty crooked. I mean, neither are these squares, you know, where I've drawn that in there. They're not straight, so. Just going for the fun of it all. That's a fun little bit of color in those boxes. I like that. And you can still see the text through it, which is really fun. Okay, and the last one is a lighter green one. Fingers are so sticky, it won't let go. Okay, there we go. Well, that was almost too light to see, but it's color, so it's there a little bit. I don't know. I might want to see if I have a different one because that is so light I can barely see it. I'll just stick that over here on my paper, and it can be used for something later. See how handy that is just to have it? That'll be full before we know it. Okay, I've got this one that's got green leaves on it, so I'm going to use that. I'll glue this on my sheet in a minute. Okay. There we go, that's darker. You can see it, it's just a little bit of the green, but maybe I can. I'm going to use this little piece that's left over, and I'm going to put it on either side there and kind of just add more green up there. Why not? Okay, now I was thinking about putting some black washi, not solid black, but a black pattern. I like this one. It's got flowers. I thought that might look pretty on that large light colored blue block. So I'm going to cut some of that off the end here and straighten it up. I think I need my longer scissors though, so I can get a nice bit. And I'll stick this down to my sheet a little bit, and then maybe I'll move it up to the middle. Yeah, I like that. Kind of looks nice. So I'm just going to tear it off. Okay, and put some glue on it. And then since this already has glue on it, I'm going to go ahead and snip it off and stick it to my paper over there. Cut it in half. Spread it out a little bit. Let's see, where I need some black. Let's put it up here. Go. So I added this little rub on here. It's a real old one that I had in my stash. I've had it there for the longest time. So I just went ahead and added that in that empty space. And I'm going to just go around the edge here and like finish it off where it's, I don't know, it's kind of straight there. I mean, it's the way it was made, but I thought, well, I'll add a little bit to it and make it work. So that's good. Just an extra little bit of flourish in there. So there we go. There's our page for November. It doesn't look like a November page because it's not fall colors, but I don't care. I thought it would just be fun to have colors again. We did some pretty fall looking colors last month, so I just decided to veer away from that and just do something that, you know, just really spoke to me. I love these colors. So okay guys, I hope you have fun creating yours, and I want to remind anyone who is attempting to join the Mixed Media Morsels Facebook group. I've mentioned this before, but you do have to respond to the group rules that are there when you go to the join page. You do need to respond to those. And if you're not able to, I have had some people say they don't see any rules, or they don't see any place to respond to the rules. If that's the case, you need to change your browser or change to a different device. One of those two things should work. I don't know why it's not, you know, available that every person can see on every device. I don't know why, but I do know that that's a problem, and when people switch one or the other of those things, they usually can see the group rules. Sometimes if you're using a mobile device too, it's good to just shut your device completely down. Just shut it completely down and boot it up again, and sometimes that will take care of the problem. So just keep trying. We don't want to not allow anyone in who wants to be in, but we do want to make sure that everyone has seen the group rules and understand what our group is about. Some people have not understood that we're not just your generic mixed media group. That's not what this group is for. The Mixed Media Morsels group is only for these projects. The Mixed Media Morsels, they go all the way back to 2016, so there's plenty of things you can post there when you've created those things. But if we put too many other things, it's not that I don't enjoy seeing other mixed media work. I know that every member in the group enjoys seeing other mixed media work. But when that happens, the feed gets so congested with other types of work that people can't find these. And so I really want to keep it very minimal. The Mixed Media Morsels group is only for the Mixed Media Morsels projects. Anyway, I do want you to join. I do want you to take part. I thoroughly enjoy looking at your art. I don't always get the opportunity to see them right away when you've posted them, but I do try to go back and look at them and make sure I either click the like or leave you a quick comment so that you know I've been there to see them, because I love what you guys are doing. They look awesome. So keep up the good work, and I'll look forward to seeing what your pages for November look like. Take care, everybody, and continue to be safe. Bye-bye.